There are two babies of mine.
Thank you.
Two real babies. I tell you why. Because when I started being a consul, they were here in my office since how many years ago?
20 years. 20 years.
20.
So 20 years. And now I'm here after 20 years, and they are here bigger than I am. And above all, very famous, Beatrice Achaleke, very often in Austrian TV. She's the best sample of integration in Austria. She doesn't like integration, please correct me.
Diversity.
Okay, the best sample of diversity, as well as Simone Inou.
Yes, working on the field of media and diversity also.
He is working on the field of media, making a new magazine called Fresh. He worked in TV. He made interviews with me at my beginning of being Cameroon. So we have a very big common history, and a positive one.
You are right.
And the result is also very positive. We are presenting today a book. May I see the book? And the only negative thing which I have to announce, the only negative thing, is that here she writes about leaving Austria. So for everybody who is interested, just ask her afterwards, okay? And they will start now in moderation. So I wish you good luck wherever and whenever we meet each other, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Tauchhammer. It is a great pleasure for us today to celebrate this Cameroonian national, how do you call it?
National Day.
National Day, thank you. Thank you, Your Excellencies, for being here today. We are going to speak about the new book of Mrs. Achaleke. And I'm Simon Inou, publisher of Fresh magazine. And I work also on the field of diversity and media in Austria, and working with a lot of mainstream, the press, the standard, OF, and so on. Beatrice Achaleke is from Cameroon. I'm from Cameroon too, the English part of Cameroon. I'm from the French part of Cameroon. And we can also speak our mother language.
Alako.
Gepero yamunra.
Wie geht es dir?
Beatrice, Follow Me to Africa. That's the title of the new book. Beatrice is a writer, a teacher, a multiple award-winning personality and proud mother of two in Austria. And you are the founder of the Globuntu management suitcase, which is the basis of the current book, Follow Me to Africa. What do you mean with the title, Follow Me to Africa, in an unspoken conversation with Nelson Mandela? Please.
Welcome, Excellencies. Welcome, friends. It's a pleasure to have all of you here today in a very full room. And thank you very much, my consul, for having put this together. Well, Follow Me to Africa is my new book. It's the third one, actually. And as the title says, it's an invitation in a time where Europe is closing their borders and saying, you know, stay out of Europe and don't come closer. And we have some security problems and questions. So Follow Me to Africa is the African way of extending hospitality, of, you know, telling everyone that they are most welcome. It is also a program, and the program which is intended to use the African philosophy of Ubuntu, which no one else but no one less than Nelson Mandela embodied. He lived, he taught that philosophy, and I think that's something that Europe can very much benefit from. So Follow Me to Africa is that program that is intended to help both Africans and Europeans understand each other in a way that they they create a more welcoming culture, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we all need the same thing, security and a good life. So Follow Me to Africa, it's a program, it is a political statement, and it's a conversation. It is my conversation with Madiba, with Nelson Mandela. Sometimes things happen in your life, and you don't talk about them because you fear that people may judge you, because you fear that you may lose friends, because you fear that you may lose your personality or your image. And that book is a very personal book to me. It talks about things that are very intimate to me, which I think happen to many of us, but we don't dare to talk about because of the fears that I mentioned. So if you're interested, get a copy, read it, and be inspired in my conversation with Nelson Mandela.
Beatrice, thank you. You spoke about Ubuntu. What does that mean, Ubuntu?
Well, Ubuntu is an ancient African philosophy, just like I say. It's translated in a very short sentence, the shortest that I know in the world, but which is so compact. It is set in, I am because you are. I am because you are. So that means, in other words, we are all interdependent from each other. Without you putting this event together, we will not be here.
Right.
If you will not come, we will not have an audience. And if I didn't have you here, I wouldn't be talking. There wouldn't be doctors if there were no patients. There wouldn't be politicians if there are no citizens. There wouldn't be I could talk on and on. But that's what the philosophy is all about. Valuing people, putting people in focus, and benefiting from people. That's what Nelson Mandela used after apartheid in South Africa. You can imagine that gentleman who was locked up for 27 years, and when he came out of prison, he chose to be better, not bitter, and we know what the result was. So this is what Ubuntu is all about, and I think this is something that Europe and the rest of the world can definitely benefit from Africa.
Thank you. Beatrice, you are leaving Europe. You are going back to Africa, which is a lucky country where you are going to be in the next days.
I know we're running out of time. I'm just going to keep this very short. Well, I chose a country that I already mentioned, the country of Nelson Mandela. I still have to get my papers to get in there, but that's the country that I want to be, because I want to research on Ubuntu to get it very, very well done and ready for the rest of the world.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and to your future. And now we start a get-together. Today, I remind you that we have National Day of Cameroon. We have 2 prominent Cameroonians here. And in the other room, I have to announce the buffet is open.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Got this. Good. Alles Gute. Komm, komm auf. Komm her. Komm her. Ich will auch.